Good evening. This is the Lion of Legend, and tonight we're gonna hop right back into I Love My Follower count and see exactly if we can help Acoite out here get some more followers. So let's go and load where we left off. So we're on week 7, I recall. Can I just point out something real quick? Really liking the music here. Very smooth, if you will. Anyways, do I have any more points I can... Yes. I'll do that. Humanities, or maybe Insight. Yeah, let's do that. While one of your heads watches educational videos, the other definitely doesn't look at funny cat compilations. Now you can research other topics. How cool. Oh, so the two heads are actually useful. That's good. Weekend activities. Let's laze around. You find another soft surface. It even has bigger pillows. Amazing. Week 7. Pet project. And the doorbell rings again. Hi, who's there? Oh, it's you. Are you doing fine? Oh, this guy. Hello again. Good morning. Sorry for showing up uninvited. I'm actually doing great. Sorry about last time. I ran away without a second thought, but then I had some time to get used to my new arm, and it's actually performing well. His lordship was right. It is stronger than before. Granted, people look at me funny sometimes, but better than essentially being one-handed, right? I can lift twice as much as before, and it doesn't go numb if I lie on it for hours. So thank you, really. Your method might have been unorthodox, but it's the first time a god has cared enough to do something for me. You know, I will say that your arm not going numb is probably very useful. You cast Theodore, and I told you so look. He sighs. We're glad your life has improved. And who might this little princess be? The child peeps out from behind the man's back and fixes you with a curious gaze. Oh, that's my daughter. She actually wanted to ask you a favor too, if you don't mind. You don't have to entertain her if it's too much of a problem, but she was really insistent on meeting you, even promised to wash the dishes for a whole month. You're not sure what specifically a child might want from you, though. Oh, and here's the offering for your trouble. Now, sweetie, give Mr. God the offering. Here, Your Honor. No, sweetie, Your Honor is Uncle Steve. He's a judge. Acoite is a god, not a lawyer. Here, God not a lawyer? From her devious smile, you can see that the child is just messing with you. It's banana milk, albeit an intense and very sincere offering, even though children's emotions lack a certain kick to it. Okay, little princess, what do you pray for? Jesus? No, me, but I'm a who. What do you want? By the way, is Jesus real? Who? Never mind. I knew it. I want a kitty. A kitty, huh? Chow. Oh, jeez. Wow. This. Man. Alright, so. Okay. Perhaps if we use the power of the void, a kitty will come out of it. Though it will probably be some sort of insane demon kitty. I'm very curious. You extend your paw. Please don't tell me you're going to brainwash a child. And retract it. Fine, okay, so why won't you allow your kid to have a pet? Okay, we're gonna go to the parent part. Alright. She's allergic. And why didn't you mention this before? I was just about to mention exactly that. You have no idea what being allergic means on a biological level. Are you sure you're opposed to brainwashing? Yes, I am quite certain. Is there any other way? Well, I suppose we can do the undead again. Summoning something that's not whole and not here is going to cost you some potence. But then you reach the neighborhood, asking who's going to death to jump and bask in the sunlight yawns of... I think the words are escaping me here. That does feel quite weird, you won't lie. However, something assembles nearby and makes its way toward you. Kitty! It's not perfect, but you were working with limited resources. Sweetie, do you like this kitty? Yes, it's a nice kitty. You're not going to take my cat away from me, are you? Dad? Mr. God? Can you prevent my father from taking the kitty away from me? Oh, jeez. Well, it is some kind of weird demonic cat thing, and, I really don't know if we should be doing anything wild with the father and daughter. Hey, wait a minute. I just noticed that his arm isn't a bone. Interesting. Your daughter is a pretty smart kid. Prevent, really? Uncle Steve is a bad influence. Is this cat hypoallergenic? I don't know, maybe. It's still mostly dead. Does it sweat or salivate? Probably not. It's hard to know what a dead cat wants. Okay. Darling, please let me tell Mom about the kitty before you show it to her, okay? I'm afraid she'll need some time to process it. So, say thank you, and let's go home, alright? Thank you for the kitty, Mr. God. My name is Acoite. Thank you, Acoite. Weekday routine. Well, that was kind of a interesting scenario. Let's see. We can do soul navigation, it's a little low. Maybe we'll go to art and culture. All set. Weekend activities. Talk to Theodore, laser out. Let's try social media. You try to stay updated on every online gossip. After all, what can be cooler and more reliable than a local deity also being aware of some Hollywood celeb's controversy? Okay. Week 8, are you real lols? You get a DM. Are you a real god lols? Are you going to respond to that? Not directly, no. There's no need to feed the trolls. You're getting really, really good at this. Furries. What? Oh boy. Today, you decided to go for a walk and just interact more with the bigger world. And it's mostly been uneventful. Just you absorbing knowledge, observing, and remembering. However, one question continues to pester you on your way back. Theodore. Oh, hi. Welcome back. What's up? What's a furry? You patiently wait for him to stop laughing like crazy. So, you look like a cat, right? As I've been informed by you multiple times. Well, yeah. Anyway, there are some people who are really into it. You know, when you're like partly animal, partly human-like, bipedal but with fur, hence furries. What are those people then? Online. So, an internet thing. Yeah, a real niche and obscure one. Don't bother. Basically, those people just like the way you looked. Nothing more. What an enlightening conversation. Even if you did manifest as a common house pet, it does come with its own benefits. Weekday routine. Alright, so do we have some furries checking out our god here? Let's see. We'll do soul navigation and compassion. I'll go ahead and save real quick. Weekend activities. Let's talk to Theodore. It's been a while since we've done that. Care for a movie? Sure. Some might call it slacking off your duties, but a deity should maintain close ties to their priest. Week 9. Furries, follow-up. Oh, we're not done. Still intrigued, you end up doing more research about furries. It sours your mood to learn that cats are not the most popular species amongst them. Even dogs rate higher. Speaking about dogs... Ugh, that guy. Something's up. I might need to focus more on my divine skills. I just remembered an unpleasant former acquaintance. Oh? My connection to the arcane. I meant your acquaintance about whom you speak with such disdain. Death. Please don't threaten me. I meant death. The god of death. Death. Not a fan? He's very annoying. Ew. Speaking about death, I must have found the right spot. Suddenly a man appears, or a woman, or neither. Probably neither, actually. Who are you? Didn't anyone teach you to knock? Or how to knock? Greetings, fellow seekers of life beyond life. I am Porteric, the Dreaded, an Archlich of the Third of the Seven Forbidden Circles. That's a long title. So which circle taught you not to knock? Well, it's probably a prospective follower, but thinking about death made you really annoyed. Word has reached me that here resides a master of death, one who can raise the deceased beyond simple animated corpses, while also retaining their intelligence and most of their habits. Most of them? I've been told zombies of this master sometimes get new habits, such as going to bed before midnight, brushing their teeth twice a day, and even drinking 8 glasses of water. I personally find this pointless, but they gain even more illusion of performance. Huh. So I've come to beg this master to teach me his ways. Finally, someone who understands my genius. Oh, immortal master, is this truly your work? You could reach for the stars with your unparalleled skill. Imagine how mighty your armies could be. Whole kingdoms will be conquered, nations ruled. I don't like where this is headed. No, let him speak. Please, oh immortal master, if I could have even a tiny bit of your wisdom. First of all, I am a god, and you should address me as your lord. Oh, so you have reached the power to rival gods? No, I am literally a god, a deity. But I have worshipped death for centuries. Is this your new employ, my lord? Great. A dead Frenchman to embarrass the living. Oh, Theodore's right. This is just great. I am not death. That's the whole point. I am the ruler of power even death cannot comprehend. My name is Atjop... Oh, we're gonna skip that word. The god of the undead and the void. What happened to Acoite? Shh, just enjoy it. Now, will you abandon death and his teaching and worship me for eternity and beyond? Yes, I'll offer you my thoughts and prayers if only you bless me with some of your wisdom, O the great Amp Andisfer Asmiip. You shake your heads in mock disappointment. I am so sorry, my lord. Please help this one. Sure, why not? Fine, come here. Give me your head. Attached to the body, or... I don't care either way. No unnecessary dismemberment. Some of us, clean the floors here. You heard the man, now come here. You touch their horns and let them remember. It's a long trip down memory lane, but the longer the journey, the greater the bounty. So you make them remember. From the glee of the first successful ritual, and deeper, back to when they were alive and their little village in the woods was still intact, where humans were simply viewed as curious innocent guests. They even had a human friend, a time when berries tasted sweet, and a basket full of fresh herbs promised a good evening. Oh Lord, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Why did you make me remember it? I don't want to remember it. Because, you do know, intuitively, but you just can't grasp what it means here. The human realm doesn't understand you. Unfortunately, it works both ways sometimes. Oh. They look like they're about to cry. But at least you learn that glowing skulls can cry, a bonus of sorts. It seems that I've been mistaken. Drooping shoulders shadow their departure. So that wasn't just a random person in a skull person outfit, I suppose. Okay. Do you think death will welcome them back? Please don't mention that guy again. I've had enough of him for today. Weekday routine. Alright, well that was something. Whoa, arcane matters, the divine order and the abyss. We'll do 2 in the abyss. Let's post on social media. They might not be real followers, but they're still yours. Week 10. Online miracles. Hello, chat. Ready for some miracles? Today, I'm going to read your minds live. Oh, we're live streaming now. Alrighty. No one is watching your stream yet. A whole hour later, you get a comment. Yes, it's not a scam, and I'm not stalking you. After all, your whole profile is boring and full of misattributed quotes about misery, suffering, and weapons. No mention whatsoever of your favorite little colorful pony friend's Sunday morning cartoon. I understood that reference. Although personally, I find it a much more fun thing to write long-ass rants about. No, I'm not a hacker. I am a god. Hey, fuck you two. I see the live stream went well. Philosophy. Your lordship, are you busy? Not particularly, no. Oh, a shiny new mortal. Theodore sighs. You observe the young man accompanying him. Is he still a teenager or already an adult? Sometimes it's hard to tell. Yes, that's my student. I've had the misfortune of mentioning you once, and he's constantly annoying me about you ever since. Well, you should have brought him here earlier then. I am nothing if not benevolent. He's not even a real god, Prof. Please don't insult my deity like that. How would you like me to insult him then? I'm sorry. Can I eat your annoying child? Please don't. I am right here. Okay. No eating annoying children. And what makes you think I'm not a real god, child? You don't even have a temple. You live on my teacher's couch. So this is what bothers him? You find yourself unable to remain offended. Some deities live in caves, or woods, or even caverns. What's your problem? Actually, fair point. But your supposed powers also make no sense. What can you even do as a god of nothing? This is a joke, right? Nothing. The light flickers and crawls away from you as you infuse the words with your powers. Ah. Do you believe in me now? That's even worse. Excuse me? What about our free will? Don't your miracles undermine our worth as species? Instead of living our own volition, we are bound to your whims. And if something goes awry, it only takes a timely sacrifice to the right divinity to magically undo it. Pfft, that's even kind of amusing. How about resisting temptation to magically solve your problems then? Also, don't confuse me for a vending machine. I can always refuse your shitty sacrifice. On a whim? No, of my own free will. And what if don't? You haven't even let me finish. Yeah, no, don't. The thing is, the afterlife is real. Divine morality is real. It doesn't impose on your free will, though. You can choose not to believe in any deities, refuse their blessings, reject their punishments, embrace nihilism, and fade into nothingness. Aren't you the god of nothingness, though? Aren't you making a bad faith argument, though? 5 minutes ago, you were questioning the validity of my divinity. Anyway, no, I am not the god of nothingness. I am the god of the void. And what is the void? Do you like chocolate eggs? My little brother does. Cool. So, the void is the place where the plastic toys of those chocolate eggs reside, the moment after they're packed and before their capsule is opened. Hey, Prof? Yes? You are worshipping Zlavaz Zizek, aren't you? Get out. Oh, come on, Professor. Maybe we could convert this young lost soul. Theodore groans. Not you two. Weekday routine. Well, that was quite the debate. Let's see. We'll do humanities and the divine order. And I'll save real quick. Money keeps getting better. You have a feeling you're going to love banking. Where did that come from? You focus and try to feel exactly what being a human realm deity means. Weekend activities. We'll laze around. You bring sofa pillows to bed, amassing a whole mountain of pillows. It's the best. Week 11. Philosophy. Follow-up. So, you're not afraid of summoning eldritch horrors to this world, enjoy a beer or two, and are apparently a professor. What do you do? I teach. Duh. Fair, okay. I teach philosophy. Uh-huh. Fair. Most people also have that reaction. Anyway, yeah. I go to a place, bore kids to death with my impeccable speaking skills, and then leave. Once in a while, I have to produce a boring derivative article on some old as fuck text that everyone in their niche-obsessed mother has already overanalyzed. I totally butchered that word, but we're gonna just continue as if I didn't. Truly, a life one can only dream of. I'm not really sure whether that's a good thing or not. You know, it's funny. What exactly? You're supposed to be an eldritch horror, a mind unreachable and fundamentally inhumane. Kind of like that, yeah. But yet, the first thing you wanted to know about me was my occupation, as if we truly are defined by our labor. You know that I'm neither omnipotent nor omniscient. I'm not your capital G God that judges your objective worth. Only your subjective worth matters to me. Yeah, but I have another theory. Won't share that right now, though. I need to sleep on it. Also, I didn't ask for your occupation to judge your character. I've been living with you for a while now. I asked because your student kid made me think. I apologize for whatever he said. He's an edgy one. I've heard from his usual professors that he walked into the databases in relative algebra class and screamed something about blockchain being the only true future and was escorted out. The stupidest part is that blockchain has nothing to do with database structures. No, it's not about that. He said that I'm not a real god because I don't have a temple, so I've decided that we need to erect a temple in my name. Of course, you would be promoted to head priest. And how are we paying for your temple, my lord? I'll think about the specifics later. Weekday routine. Alright, a temple it is then. We'll do the Abyss and let's do STEM. Wow, they did what to an atom? Weekend activities. Let's go for social media. Hi, chat. I'm not an idol, I'm a god, okay? They respond with praying emoji. Nice of them. Thank you for your donations to the Church of Acoite. Please, attend our weekly digital services led by yours truly. I'm blessing all of your Doritos and Kermit merch remotely. Week 12. Spam emails. Dear Sir, I have been requested by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company to contact you for assistance in resolving a matter. Why are you reading spam emails? Why are you reading my spam emails? Was just passing by, saw the Nigerian prince copy pasta, but really, why? They're nutritious. Yeah. Do I want to know? Anyway, you might be the wise, experienced, and live a joyless existence, but this is my first time seeing this Nigerian prince thing. Don't ruin it for me. Okay. No ruining scam emails for my deity. Got it. Temple research. You sit down and think about your future temple. What do you want from it? What have other gods, goddesses, and horrors unimaginable done for their places of power? Maybe you need to ask around. Ah, the skies and the ruins, the closest this realm has to eternity. Heavens, the place where most gods spend their time. Ugh, what a hack. Ahoy, bucko! Are you talking to me? You betcha. And the same boat with ye here. Me not well respected here. I've been told me too young and fake for the proper kind anyways, eh? I've been trying to get kinda accepted here for what, 20-something human years, but to no avail. First time seeing another non-member though. You open to collaborate? Maybe. More importantly, who are you? Me? The flying spaghetti monster, of course. Oh boy. Monster, you say? Are you from the other realm? In a sense, yeah. Me and the monsters of maths, the most abstract. Did you know the number of pirates is inversely proportional to the global temperature? And why do you care? Don't know. Just a fun fact. Anyway, you said you're too young and fake. Well, I am definitely real and have outlived many a human. So, what keeps you outside these gates then? You survey the crimson skies. Maybe because I am a real monster, that's why. The Pantheon and its members will be there tomorrow after all. It might be a good idea to pay more attention. In-law struggles, follow-up. Behold my greatness, mortal. Behold my greatness, Oh, it's you again. ready to convert to embrace my church and its teachings. Hi. That's not an answer. Anyway, did the knowledge I bestowed upon you help? Kind of. Is your friend home? I'll have you know I got promoted to head priest of this humble church. Isn't being a friend more important? Depends. Determining oneself through his own labor is capitalist, not so mentioned ableist. But determining oneself through others is even more so pathetic, even in this economy. Anyway, what help can I offer that my God cannot? Yes, about this. I have to apologize. Pardon? You were right. It was about us being gay. Bonding using divine knowledge definitely helped. But even though now they don't hate me, they still disapprove of our relationship. And you still care because? I love her. Cute. Well, I can make them forget about their scorn towards same-sex attraction if you can manage to bring them here. No, I don't think you will, with all due respect, my lord. And I was just about to get offended. Okay, why do you think that? Their religious beliefs say that being gay is a grave sin, and I've heard that contradicting divine influences can end in disaster. They're not the nicest people, but I don't want them to suffer from that, you know? Alright, you have a point. So what will you ask from your god? In fact, any divine authority can be safely overridden by a stronger deity's authority. But you're not even officially recognized by the Pantheon. You probably don't stand a chance. Right. Divine convictions can't be overridden using force, but can be challenged by people holding them. So I thought that, maybe, and I deeply apologize for my sheer audacity beforehand. Oh damn, it's so improper. Stop mumbling and get to the point. You came here with a specific proposal in mind, so spit it out. With all due respect, my lord, could you pretend to be gay? Excuse me, what? Well, you didn't dismiss me when I first came, so I thought that maybe... I wasn't bothered, and I'm still not. To be honest, I do think language separates your kind from each other more than gender. Can I ask what you mean? Well, our guest here speaks English, and so does her girlfriend's father. If I showed both of them a picture of a toy soldier, they'd instantly recognize it by name. In that sense, their minds are more closely linked than that of her and the girl living above us. She's Chinese, by the way, a first-generation immigrant. For her, that toy has no significance whatsoever. Gotcha. You understood that? Yeah, pretty much. Could you please explain that for the layperson in the audience? It's your stupid G.I. Joes. Even if you were never a fan, you probably grew up surrounded by them, so whenever you see one, you remember your childhood. Oddly enough, I had the G.I. Joes in my head. Like, a boy next door would obsess over them and offer to mow the lawn over summer vacation, just to get their hands on one. Kids in your pre-K class would all argue over having the coolest one, right? Right. Well, your mind is full of those little G.I. Joes. But they're just toys. I grew up in a place where we had neither pre-K nor a weird obsession with mowing the lawn. Most of us used public transport, and high school kids weren't allowed to drive. Honestly, when I learned that people here paid for cooking classes, I thought that meant something advanced, the likes of culinary school, not that fully grown adults still struggle making simple French fries. Why are you so mad at food? Because... He's lying. French fries aren't considered to be an easy recipe for home cooking. Are you reading my mind? No. How did you know then? When you summoned me, you mentioned you were French and that you were sorry for being one. Naturally, it was one of the first search terms I entered, and I was confused for a good few minutes. I asked myself, Why would my first follower claim to be a sliced and deep-fried until golden root vegetable? Ah, did you want to maybe try some French fries? Why, you offering me a taste of your soul? I am not a potato. I'm teasing. Cute. What was that? Oh right, your request. Which is... you, pretending to be gay. And this should help how? They'll see that real God supports same-sex relationships. Why can't you just mention Apollo, His tragic bisexual endeavors are well known enough. And how often does Apollo bless us mere mortals with his presence? We already tried this approach and it didn't do any good. Knowing something and seeing something with your own eyes are two very different things. And how would they, see and stuff? Well, can you publicly go on a date with another man? Please? Let me guess. You would also want me to appear human, yes? I'll be honest, it's kind of hard to determine your gender because you're basically two cats in a suit. Okay, if I do this, you and your girlfriend will recognize me as your one and only deity of worship. You will send me your offerings, and you will promote me amongst your people. Sure. And whom shall my god date? Theodore, are you blushing? Well, you, of course. Pardon? You are friends? I am his priest. Yes? You told me you find your new priesthood to be of more importance than friendship. But neither of you denied your friendship, and you live together, and you bicker like an old married couple. You're smarter than you look. Well, I am in the middle of a war, after all. Okay, your lordship, do you mind? Do you think publicly dating a mortal will make me look more approachable and humane in the eyes of the general public? Maybe? Then I don't mind. Please, dress nicely for our date. Are you going to dress nicely? I think I'm Acoite, he's already dressed pretty nicely, but okay. Of course. Alright, so this date is happening. About insight and the divine order. I'll save real quick. Oops, all set. The fabric of reality also tries really hard to accommodate your powers and what you conceptually mean. Weekend activities. Oh, we can socialize with the gods. What does this do? The heavens smell like dogs and gods. Not today, you decide. Time to leave. Week 13. Well, so much for that. Pretend date. Well, you weren't kidding about dressing nicely. Although I must ask, it's not literally someone else's skin, right? I did not skin anyone and wear their skin as a pillowcase. Oh boy. I have finally become the cute cat boy that is on the home screen. Here we go. The wind caresses your weirdly naked and oddly singular face. You feel quite serious and solemn. No, I mean you didn't borrow someone else's facial appearance. Not really, no. This face is as much mine as my last two. I've gathered enough knowledge of the human soul to make mine in my own image. It too reflects who I am. Alright. It's a wacky fanfiction trope. Acknowledging it doesn't change the fact, though. You seem pretty upset about dating me, you know. I could get offended. No, it's not that. Do you know what fanfiction is? Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. Ugh. Fun fraction. What's that? Stories based on pre-existing stories. Take someone else's playground and use it to your heart's content. Ah. So every human secretly wants to be like me. Why? You, too, want to take someone else's realm and fuck with it, none? I only had the most academic of interests at heart. You know, the default position in today's society is that fanfiction is trashy and immature, and kind of lame for both the creators and the readers too. But that's just stupid. Okay. Those people don't care about art theory, they just want to hate on something. If you really apply the theory without the I hate teenage girls bias, the existence of fanfiction is amazing. Like, come on, at its core, fanfiction is a very postmodern thing, with the intentional derivativeness, spontaneous pluralism, and unapologetic rejection of the idea of a grand and universal meaning. Isn't it cool? I thought you didn't enjoy being in a fanfiction trope as of right now. It feels pretty surreal, so I felt obligated to invoke meta-awareness. Then I realized that metafiction is still fiction. If you truly are a character in a story, there's no way for you to challenge this fact. Sorry, I'm blabbering. Do you want to hold hands? By the way, you're supposed to blush over it. Can I refuse? See the smirk this dude makes while he's saying that? I suppose, but we're on a date and under surveillance. Fair enough. You offer Theodore your hand. Human fingers are surprisingly flexible and intertwined naturally. Monkeys, with their stupid monkey bodies and lizard brains. Okay. So, next step, we need to take a leisurely walk around and enjoy our time together. Publicly. The more affectionate we are, the better. You promptly walk for a few blocks. How does one feel affection? You can read our minds, can't you tell? I can tell that it's there. I don't really understand where it begins, though. One moment, there is nothing. And then suddenly it exists. I have read stories too, but even the most praised authors don't provide an answer. With other emotions, it's more formulaic, I think. You can pinpoint most of them to a singular cathartic event. If someone wrongs you, you feel hatred. If someone does feel something nice for you, you feel gratitude. And of course, human connection to the void is born out of loss. Normally, you humans don't realize you treasure something until you've lost it, because your minds are not equipped to deal with nothingness. So what makes you sometimes aware of love? Theodore suddenly stops and looks at you. A friend of mine once asked me the same, and I had answered that love is when you notice the small and insignificant things about another person, and those trivial things feel special. But that's not your point of reference. I guess you can interpret love as treasuring someone or something so much that you fear losing them before it actually happens. A lot of people say love is both pleasure and pain. Thus, it is mourning something not lost yet, suffering from the very fact of its finiteness. How can you tell this about myself? Observation, mostly. I do live with you. The hand in yours feels warm and soft. We have been circling around this district for hours now. Take me somewhere else. Do you have a specific location in mind? As a matter of fact, I do. Could you show me your favorite places around town? Weekday routine. Well, that was quite the date. Seems like we were getting quite a spark there between Acoite and Theodore. Did the plan work? We'll go to STEM and arts and cultures. And I'll save. Alright. Alright, let's continue forward. You find an even better source of the void than social media. They're called image boards. Weekend activities. Let's, post on social media. Sometimes, even you can't believe it works. But it does. Week 14. Not having much to do, you decide to meditate and connect to the abyss. See what others of your kin have to say. I guess we're staying in this form, huh? The abyss sends you a message. The message is, "Lol kitty." You swear to yourself that not a single living soul can learn. Website. I have decided that. I need a website for my church. What, no show of enthusiasm? It's a lovely idea, but in this economy? Do you know how much a software engineer costs? I miss my scholarship days. I was paid a shitload just to attend classes, and I lived like a king. Now I live like a moderately wealthy janitor. Fine. You need to figure out how to make imaginary numbers. One day. Kitty, become human. I understood that reference. Curious about the aftermath, you check the news. It's only proper for a beginner god to monitor his publicity. Or so you think. 10 deities you didn't know were queer. How dare these mortals put you at number 9? You hiss in displeasure. What's irritated your lordship today? I'm pretty sure I heard someone trying to learn heavy metal vocal techniques, so I wanted to check in with you. You show him the article. Oh, don't worry. A lot of queer teenagers have already decided they want to stan you and be kitty kinnies. Here, they actually made a quiz based on this piece. Which queer god or goddess are you? Exactly. Whomst did you get? Ashamed to tell, but Apollo. Apparently, thinking about the Roman Empire often makes one qualify. Isn't he originally Greek? Yes, but the Romans didn't have their own alternative, so they imported Apollo as is. Damn, his love life was a disaster, though. You click on the test. It asks you pointless questions about which song out of the repertoire of musicians you've never heard of is your favorite. I am literally me. You hiss again, stupid test. Yes, this sound. Pretty unsettling, not going to lie. I've never known that human vocal cords can produce such a thing. By the way, why aren't you reverting back to your usual attire? I don't know. This one is also me, and it feels pretty comfortable. Touching fabric is less unpleasant for once, so I might as well stick to it. It feels right. Probably for some bullshit divine order reason. Weekday routine. Let's see. Well, compassion and humanities. All set. First rule of economics, you can't eat paper. Well, you can, but humans generally can't. I'm gonna save real quick. Let's do that. Weekend activities. Let's laze around. Near your favorite lazing around spot, a big row of lint rollers appear. You pay them no mind. Week 15. The Frog Prince. The door rings today. It's been an uneventful month, so you hope it's a new follower. Hello, I am here to pray. Wow, jackpot. Go on, I am listening. Oh, I thought you were rather monster-like. Don't assume things about thy deities. She looks kind of scared, so you immediately back down. And here I thought it would make me look more approachable. So, how can this single, humble, eldritch god help you today? I said single. Singular. I must be getting caught up in the riz of Acoite. You observe the frog in her hands. My head priest is French. He might enjoy the meat, but I would ask you to refrain from such offerings next time. Oh no, that's not an offering, it's my ex. Here, that's the offering. Wait, what? Her actual offering appears to be a piece of fabric. Upon closer examination, you identify it as a preschooler-sized white dress. It tastes bitter and low-key spoiled. She wanted to be a fairy once, because of course, but then... Blah. Is it bad? I'm sorry, I've heard you like sentimental pieces. Oh, did he eat it? Oh boy. And what's the lore in the frog here? Yes, I do. Yours is just soiled with bad associations. What happened? Did a fairy steal your firstborn? Kind of. So is this an insufficient offering? You sigh. I would really prefer something else. For example, that acrylic charm attached to your phone case. Actually, give me the case as well. But it's a limited edition. You came here to ask for a divine miracle, and yet you can't spare a trinket. I'm generous, but I'm not cheap, you know. Right. Reluctantly, she gives you what you asked for. Oh yes, much better. The memories of her first convention are bubbly and fizzy, most notably joyous. They shine bright like the twin charms, purchased with the sole intent of being exchanged. A ritual of sorts. She and her best friend are dressed in impractical costumes of fiction space, blood-sacrificing, emperor-worshipping troops. So, what's your request? I am sorry for trying to trick you. You see, I do have a grudge against fairies now. It was cheap of me trying to give you that dress as an offering. I know, and I always wanted to be blessed by a fairy when I was a little girl. I refused to join any church and declared my allegiance to the fairies. But no one showed up, right? That was until I met my boyfriend. Well, my ex-boyfriend, I guess. And here I was under the impression that your kind doesn't approve of relationships with non-sentient species. No, that's not a frog. You see, we started dating, like, in high school. It was my first relationship, and every girl I knew told me men are trouble, that I should keep an eye on my future beau. Not allow him to go fishing without supervision, and that his sports friends are going to suck. Stuff like that. Not sure I am following, but go on. Well, I thought it was normal, you know, not to feel much about the boy. So, when Dave confessed to me, I agreed. Like, I didn't feel any butterflies, but he was nice enough. My parents liked him fine, and he never made mean jokes about me or my friends. We moved together to another city, started and finished college, planned to marry and stuff. He never complained when I asked him not to go to any parties without me, and I thought we were doing fine, without any magical intervention or help. We were doing fine. Until a month ago, I found out that he was liking other girls' photos online, chatting with them, watching movies together online. Is that an issue? I don't know anymore. But I got pretty pissed. Like, everyone told me it was unacceptable, so I shouted at him and everything, even broke some tableware. And then, for the first fucking time, a fairy godmother made her entrance. Told me I was doing perfectly fine in life, so she never felt the need to interfere. Said if my Prince Charming was behaving unprincely toward me, it was a job for her. Cursed him into a frog. And what's the condition? Every curse has a lifting condition. The true love's kiss, of course. Makes sense, right. So it didn't work. As you can see, no, it didn't. Semantics, probably, but should the love be mutual, or... I don't know. I don't know whether he loved me or if I was just convenient. And why do you care? He's not your prince. The charm didn't work. Well, some other princess will lift the curse in your stead. I don't know. Maybe he deserved it, but will he be okay? Even if he cheated on me, I still don't want him to be eaten by your French friend or something. He likes his priest status more than his friend status. But speaking of your froggy problem, it's some other god's will. The fairies are like clerks for them, so it would be rude of me to interfere and step on another deity's toes. What I can do for you is help you get over the dude. You can? Sure. You feel wronged and you fully deserve to embrace that. You smile at her and whisper her consciousness to her consciousness. There is no need for you to feel guilty. Better? Oh, yes, kind of. Like I feel justified. You'll find someone else more deserving, okay? You stand in the doorway and watch her throw the unfortunate frog away with a smile. Ah, that's your girl. Well, so much for the ex-boyfriend. Have fun surviving out in the wild. Alright, well, I'm going to save here because that is all the time I have for tonight. That being said, we will definitely hop into week 17, or I suppose week 16, as soon as we can. I am still enjoying this story, and now that we have a cute catboy who may or may not want to date his priest, I suppose we shall see. We can't let that adventure end so soon, right? So, that all being said, if you like this content, go ahead, give it a like, subscribe, share it out. I'd love to hear more about it from you guys who are watching. Leave a comment, and I'll definitely do my best to get back to you. That all being said, remember, this is the Lion of Legend. Y'all have a great night.